Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever in the world you might be. Damn, got a frog in my throat. Welcome to my show. Wait for people to come in and give you guys an update and where we're at and what the status is, and see where we go from there. And right now, I'm trying to figure out where the hell my damn phone is. Give me a second. I gotta go find my phone. All right. Well, hey, Miss Skinner. Good to see you. Thank you for sharing me out. I appreciate it, appreciate it, appreciate it. Oh, I need somebody that knows what the hell they're doing. Cause I've done just basically run out of any idea whatsoever. I wouldn't be here. You guys would know it if the car was started. But I did get the fuse box in. It's all spliced together and put together. Uh, we got power going to the fuse box, going through the fuse box, or at least it's going to the fuses because we can see the power when we use the multimeter. It's got power going to the starter, and it's also got power going to the alternator. So the power is going throughout the car. It's just not. It's no dome light, and when you turn the key, there's no cluster lights, nothing. So we improve with the fuse box? Yes. But did it fix it? Not yet. I'm missing something, and I just don't know what. I just don't know what. It is literally at the point I need somebody physically that, even if it was a starter, it's not going to prevent, because I've had the starter go bad before. And when you, if it was a starter, you would hear it. The problem is I'm getting no power to the ignition. And it isn't just ignition. If it was just the ignition, I'd say to be the ignition switch. but it isn't just the ignition switch. There's no dome light. You know, when anybody opens up a car, the first thing that comes on is your dome light. We can't even get that to happen. If I could get that dome light to turn on when I open the door, I'll be happy. Because then if you turn the key to on, the cluster panel should light up. That's not starting it, just turning it on. And just turning it on, the key to the on position, doesn't even light up the cluster panel. Can I help you? Well, that's good. So, did you figure out what cord you were missing? For what? Oh, a ground wire. Well, we looked that thing over so many goddamn times. There is no extra wires laying anywhere. There's no extra wires. No ground wire laying around, no hot wire, no wires whatsoever. Everything's plugged in and screwed on and connected the way it should be. It's just, and it's got a new fuse box in it. We're just not getting any power to the on switch on the ignition switch. But that's not just the only thing. We're not getting any powers to the dome light. If the dome light would at least come on and the ignition switch wouldn't turn on, then I'd say it needs a new ignition switch. The very next step is we got to get those dome lights to light up. Some way, somehow, it's connected. And I don't know what. And my eyesight is getting so bad, I simply can't see what the fuck I'm looking for. Now, yeah, I can show the girls everything, but they don't know what they're looking for because they don't know what they're looking at. And I've already proven that point, even with Colleen. I can show her something, she goes, okay. But she has no idea what the hell she's looking at. I need somebody physically that knows enough about power in the wiring to be here. But like I said, we went out there with the multimeter and battery's good and connected, tight. We're getting the same 12.35 from the battery to the fuse box, 12.35. To the starter, we're getting power. To the alternator, we're getting power. So the power's going to them. And the flat fuses, we put a multimeter on there. They're getting 12.35 as well. So the fuses are getting power, but something's preventing it to go beyond the fuse. Does that make sense? Does anybody understand what the hell I'm talking about? I could actually. You know what? It's kind of funny you said that. Colleen's taking a nap right now. I was going to go get her camera and I was going to videotape uh, and make a short video for you guys of what we've done and what is going on. I would love to do a live out there, but like I said, Wi-Fi is real sketchy out there. Sometimes I can get Wi-Fi out there, and then sometimes I don't. But yeah, that is one of the things I am going to do because, like I said, I got to get somebody physically out here. I joined on Facebook an HHR group. They're called HHR owners, and I presented the issue to them, and the answers I getting back is uh, check the fuse on the inside of the car, the ignition switch slash something something something, and then somebody said BCM. I don't know what the hell a BCM is. I know what a TCM is. I know what an ECM is, but I have no idea what a BCM is. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to make a video, a professional video. I'm just going to go out there and record what's been done, what's going on, showing you the results, and that's it. And I'm not going to get fancy with it. Colleen's got a good camera down there. Uh, right now it's 80, 85 degrees, and the sun's just bearing down. So I'm not gonna. I want to wait till it gets a little cooler and a little darker. But yeah, it is in, and we definitely got power going everywhere except the on switch. If I could get it to turn, if I could get the cluster lights to light up, I'd be so freaking ecstatic it wouldn't be funny. You probably could hear me screaming and yelling for joy from here. Oh. I know the two sensors you're talking about, the switches you're talking about. The one is fairly easy to get to. The other one I'd have to pull the starter because it's behind the starter. But I need to be 100% sure that those switches, if they fail, it will prevent from the key even turning on to light up the cluster. See, the neutral switch really has nothing to do. What I read, because I asked that question, could a neutral switch prevent the key from turning on, powering up the car? And they said no. It has nothing to do with powering up the car. And I think it's the same for the clutch switch. It has nothing to do with powering up the car. Now, I even, for shits and giggles, because I never had to do it before, but for shits and giggles, I did get in the car and push the clutch in because to start it, you have to push the clutch in just to get the car to start. So I went in there and I did push on the clutch. And I turned it to the on position. Nothing. Nothing's happening. It's just not getting power for the on switch. And that really should be the easiest thing. You should at least light up the cluster panel. I can't get the cluster panel to turn on. Even though it's getting power to the fuse box, and it is getting power to the fuses, it's just not going any further. Now I could switch out those sensors, switches, all day long, except that I don't have any money for it. I just want to get the frickin' cluster panel to light up when I turn the key in the on position.
Hi, Dad.
Hey.
What's up?
I'm just talking about the car.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about part?
Who is it? Jen was talking about uh, the neutral safety switch and the clutch switch and sensors and stuff like that. And I told them, I even looked it up, and it's everybody says even if they were failure, it wouldn't prevent the car from turning on.
Right.
It won't work after that. I understand that because I've already changed out the neutral safety switch after I finally found it. And it's actually really easy to get to. Just pull the wheel off and it's right there.
Right.
Now the clutch sensor switch, that one's a pain in the ass because you got to pull the alternator out because it's behind the alternator.
Right.
So what I'm trying to figure out is why won't the cluster panel, when I turn the switch to the on position, even when we started the car for the first time after 3 years, the cluster panel would turn on.
Okay.
It would light up.
Okay. This time it's not turning on?
No, that's what our whole problem is. We can't get any power to initiate anything else. But we got power going to everything else. Even to the starter, even to the alternator, even through the fuse box.
But not the clutch.
No, it's not the clutch. We have no power going to the on switch. And I'll know it'll work, the on switch will work, is when those dome lights light up. And that's the biggest issue. Those dome lights will not light up. So something is somehow from the key turning to the on position to light up the cluster panel and the dome light are connected together somehow. But I don't know how.
The dome lights and
The cluster panel. Yeah, I know about the neutral safety switch because I bought one the first time after working on the car after it had sat for 3 years. Uh, I bought the wrong neutral safety switch. And then when I finally found
you mean like the clutch pedal?
no, the clutch pedal is fine.
No. But is the clutch pedal connected to the dome lights?
Nope. Any car, if it's got a good battery, if you open the door, you don't even have to have the key in the ignition. You just open the door and the dome light comes on.
Okay.
Doesn't need anything else. It's just part of the trigger on the door itself. There's a push button
Okay.
where the door pushes in. We're not getting the dome lights to come on.
Right. Door switches. Signal the BCU to turn on the dim lights. Manual switch. Moving console to turn them on or off manually. Key fob remote unlock. Unlocking the car
Well,
from
there's
the
only one brain box in the entire car. Of all cars, there's only one brain box, and that's the TCM ECM slash ECM. That's what controls
It says
everything.
location of wiring harness for the dome light and panel. Okay. Incredible, the dome light struck power or ground signal from the panel source. Module plugged into the clutch.
But yeah, I was saying, yeah, the neutral safety switch was no good.
Oh, is it?
No, I'm talking about the first time.
Oh, then the second.
But anyways,
Okay.
yeah, after we got the car started after 3 years, I had bought the wrong neutral safety switch. I bought it for an automatic, and mine's a manual. And once I figured out that's what the deal was, because I couldn't find the neutral safety switch I had bought on the transmission anywhere. But anyways, regardless, the car still ran. The car still started up. We just had a check engine light for it. And once I finally fixed it, the check engine light went out, and no other issues. It's just so yeah. You could have a bad neutral switch, and you can also have a bad clutch switch, because I've had to replace mine 3 times, and regardless if it's bad or not, the engine will still fire, and that's the problem. The engine is not firing. The panel will not light up when you turn the key to the on position. When you open the doors, the dome lights do not light up, and that's where the issue is. Why is it not getting power to turn on the dome lights or lighting the cluster panel when you turn to the on position? That's the question. That's what I need somebody help with. Oh, BCM is the brain of the transmission. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Sometimes the switch being accidentally turned off can be the reason the lights aren't working. Check the dome light switch, usually with an off and on or door setting. Rotate the dome switch to be more present. Individual issues. Carefully remove the dome light cover and the ball. Check the power at the socket using a test light. The test light eliminates the ball reflecting issue. Working on body control, same process as previous test. It could be the body control module.
BCM.
Mm-hmm. The clutch must come with BCM. Maybe needed.
But my question is, if the BCM is bad, will it prevent the dome lights from coming on or the cluster panel turning on? Give me a definite.
Yes. A bad BCM can definitely cause
What?
Mm-hmm. When BCM manager will control the touch panel, its malfunction can cause electrical issues on different console systems, including those that may interact with or provide power to the touch panel. A faulty BCM can lead to various electrical problems such as flickering of non-functional lights, both interior and external, power accessory failures such as window heat, etc., and dashboard glitches.
Okay, so now we got to figure out what a BCM is, what does it look like, and how much does it freaking cost. And pray to God I do not have to take that transmission out.
So
Hello, adventures.
this is what it looks like. Kind of looks. Let me show you this. It's found underneath the dashboard, close to the cabinet switches and other electronic components.
Do me a favor. Look it up on here so I can.
See it?
Yeah.
Do you want me to take a picture of it or no?
No, just bring it up so I can look right at it. And it's a 2010 HHRLS.
I know already, Mama. Not Mama, Dad.
Yeah, I know I got titties, but they're not milkers. Do we get rent cover this month?
Why? I
You-
always get rent covered.
I'm just asking. Is I got so much on my fucking mind. Yeah, I want to get the car running, but I want to make sure we're okay too.
Yeah, understandable. So,
I just want to get to the eye doctor so I can fucking see. Regardless if the doctor works or not, I don't care.
repair. Okay, looks like this.
That's the BCM.
Yeah, that's the BCM, I think.
That's the inside fuse box.
Or maybe this one. Maybe that's not it.
Yeah, that's the inside. That's what I got to check. The fuse is on.
Yeah, it just shows up as that. It's a rectangular black box. Under, typically located underneath the dashboard near the very side.
Yeah. Well, when it cools down enough, because right now it's too hot, uh, I'll pull that panel on the inside, and we'll test and look at the fuses in there and test the breakers because there really isn't that many.
Right.
So
And it says that the BCM needs to be replaced. It's often recommended to have it done by a professional, as it may require different programming.
let's just hope it's a fuse or a breaker.
Imagine it being the thing that we've been dreading the most.
I have to blow it up. I saw what you got, but I'll have to read it thoroughly. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Now I know what a BCM body control module is on the inside. But Sage was just reading it. She says if you have to replace it, you want to get done by a professional because sometimes it needs to be reprogrammed. And that's the last thing we need is to have to reprogram. So, because one, we don't have the money to get the car towed somewhere. Two, we don't have the money to pay for the reprogramming. And I'm trying to raise $100, so we got 5 more days before our EBIT card comes in. But like I said, I'll go out there later and I'll take some video so I can show you guys what we're looking at and everything else like that. And before I settle on the BCM, because that's the second time I've heard the BCM, and now it's making a lot of sense, especially what Sage just read, that it could absolutely interfere with electrical on the inside of the car, the cluster panel, the dome lights, and shit like that. And my question is, how much is a BCM now? See, I would love to look this stuff up, but I can't read it, so that's why I'm just throwing it out there to you guys if you guys want something to do. It's a 2010 HHR LS manual 2.2 liter BCM replacement. And probably are going to need a new neutral safety switch. Like I said, that's easy to fix. Literally, you just pull the driver's wheel off and it's right there. Because you got to remember, when the clutch went out and the slave cylinder blew up and the safety switch is attached to the transmission, I absolutely can see something going wrong with that. But I was telling you guys, the car started every single time before we were able to take the transmission off, because we would start it and let it run for a few minutes, to keep the battery charged and the fluids lubricated until we got parts to take the transmission apart. It's once we took the transmission off, replaced everything, put the transmission on, is now we can't get it to fucking turn on. So we can start it. And I did change the fuse box out, again, thanks to Fallen Angel. That's already installed and everything. Good news is we are narrowing it down. We're running out of options. All the wires are connected. So it ain't that. Right now, like I said, we got about 5 6 days before our EBT, and we're just while we were out the other day, a friend of ours bought us a, a couple of things, so that's why I haven't been online for a couple of days. But now I knew it wouldn't last, and I was going to ask this person, for more because I felt bad in the first place. So yeah, if I could just raise a few more bucks to get us past this next 5 days, we'll be golden. And then we'll just worry about how much a frickin' BCM costs. And no, I'm not going to attempt to go out right now because I did that here, a week ago, and I got so heat exhausted that I was passing out, dizzy, everything. I was in bad shape. Bad shape. You have to get a new transmission. Well, it's hot in this corner. But then again, I got the sun hitting me from my right, from the east. Miss Natalie's there. Hello. So now, discussions. BCM. But before I do the BCM, I want to go out there and I want to check the fuses and just pray. Everybody's got to pray. Cross your fingers, your nose hairs, your nipple hairs. Pray. It's just a fuse blown out on the inside or a relay. It literally could be as simple because I haven't checked that one. And it's on the inside of the car. It doesn't have that many fuses to it. So yeah, that's the story and I'm sticking to it. Right now I need to raise a few bucks so we get through the next 5 days. And I want to thank everybody that has helped out in these last few months. You guys literally are our saviors, our guardian angels. A lot of you donated that quite honestly shouldn't have been donating. I don't know how we'll ever repay you back. We will, somehow, some way. But for now, all we can do is say thank you, thank you, thank you. I got my phone right next to me, waiting to see anybody donates. I'll let you guys know. If I get 50 bucks tonight, I'll be really happy. And just get the 50, next 50 the next day, tomorrow. Because where else am I going to go? What else am I going to do? Prayers for your mama? Your mama's still having problems? I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting hot. Her cancer is getting worse. Damn. Much, much prayers to your mama. I've been there, done that, and don't like anybody else to go through it. Oh, good grief. All right. Ba 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 ba. Oh, I'm just getting tired of this car. This car is really, really starting to irritate the hell out of me. It'd be one thing if we knew exactly what was wrong, and we're just waiting to get parts or something. It's an entirely different thing when you don't know what's going on because you don't know what part to get. See, like with Eddie and Jen's van or truck, they know what the problem is. They just got to raise the money to get it. And I don't want to make the mistake I did the first time when we were trying to get the car started after sitting for 3 years. I was buying every single freaking sensor in the book, and until Mudcon came along and said he yelled at me. He said, "Stop buying shit until you know exactly what's going on." So that's why I'm real hesitant. You know, when you say neutral safety switch or clutch switch or something like that, I don't want to just go out and buy it and come to find out that wasn't the problem. You know, yeah, they're not that expensive, but it still costs. When you're not making any money whatsoever, and I'm pulling tooth and nail just to try to get a couple bucks to survive the next few days, I don't have the extra money unless somebody drops like 500 bucks on us out of the blue. I want to make sure the family's okay. Because you can't do anything if you don't have a roof over your head. You can't do anything if you can't feed your family. So if you guys can help out or know anybody that can help out with like 5, 10, 20 bucks, anything will help. The goal right today is try to get at least 50. 100's the top end. That'll get us through the next 4 or 5 days. But if we could get 50 today, we'll be set. And nobody's still figured out how much that BCM's going to cost if I have to get a new one. So I got my phone right in front of me. Angel comes along, good person with a good heart comes along and is able to. Uh, I'll let you know. Ouch. HHRLS 2010 manual 2.2 liter. Yeah, when you say mama and cancer and you put those two together, it stirs up a lot of memory, bad memory with my mom, because that's what my mom passed of cancer. Cancer compilations, I should say. She had literally just beaten like the fourth or fifth cancer treatment thing, and but because all the chemo, her immune system was gone, and with her broken hip, she wasn't able to move around, so she ended up getting bed sore and got septic, and that's what killed her. If anybody knows me, you know how much I loved my mother. I still tear up thinking about her. The best woman in the world. Ugh. Boy, I hope some people can come in, help us out with some donations. She's still doing her physical therapy. Good. Yeah, that cancer, man. That's a bad thing. All right, need 40 more. 40 more dollars and we'll at least hit today's goal. I got to go turn that fan on. It's getting a little warm in this corner. It's getting a little warm in this corner. Give me a second. There we go. Get some airflow going. Get some of that airflow moving around. So how you guys been doing out there? I need some good news. do 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 do. Well, I'll tell you what, the last couple of nights or so, it's been hard as hell to sleep. My biggest problem is that I'm not tired. I'm tired. I'm extremely tired. But I can't get comfortable. But the last 2 days were really, really nice though. Down in the 60s and 50s. Oh my gosh, that was nice. Last night I actually the last 2 nights I even have to turn on my fan. I was actually cold. But yeah, this year I've gotten extremely heat sensitive. And it sucks. It really, really sucks. But yeah, if I could raise $40 more, I'll be extremely, extremely happy. 40 more. Pay links up there, they do work. They are viable. We just got to find good-hearted people that can help out. Take one stress off my mind. And like I said, when it gets cooler tonight, I'll pop that inside panel and take a gander at those fuses. And I hope to God it's just a blown out fuse. But don't be fooled. Even if we get the car started, we still can't work. Because we need to get insurance on it. That's going to cost $40. And we need to get our phones turned on. That's going to cost $160. So I'm going to need about $210 once the car is started. Because it ain't going to do any good to have a running car if we can't work. But I'm not pushing for that until that car is started. Right now, the only funds I'm looking for is to keep this family fed and supplied until the 2nd of July. And then our EBT comes in and we'll be set. It's already donated $10. All I need is about 40 more for today. Go out, see what's going on with the car, and then let you guys know tomorrow what's going on, where I'm at. Is that a new one or is that a refurbished one? Ah. Jen just sent me a photo of the BCM. $188, basically $200. So let's really, really cross our fingers it's just a fuse or a relay. Fuck. God, I wish that Jerry was still around. $500 would take care of all the parts we need. If we need it. Lord, please find Jerry. Bring him back to us. Lord, please make sure he's healthy. Amen. Hey, Jen, can you ask your brother for the BCM? Does that have to be taken to a garage or can it be reprogrammed on site? Plug and go. I'll have to keep that in mind. Okay. Well, make sure you send me the link to that so I can get to it. All right, $40 more, folks. It's through O'Reilly. Okay. Yeah, the other fuse box, Jen, when it got here, it was so wrapped up, so secure, you could have dropped that box from the top of a house and you never heard it. He had that thing wrapped in styrofoam, and then he had it wrapped in big bubble wrap, about 2 or 3 layers of bubble wrap, and inside a box filled with popcorn. Like I said, you could have dropped that thing from a roof and it would have never hurt it. Come on, $40 more. Anybody, somebody, share it out, repost it. 10 bucks, $5, 20 bucks, or if you're generous enough, the 40. Technically, I need 100, but 40 will get us going for the day. Got my phone right here. As soon as someone donates, like Eddie and Jen did, I will let you know. The other day, like I said, a friend of ours bought us some groceries. Just a couple bucks worth, nothing to last us all. That's why I'm doing this live, besides the update. Uh, Later tonight, I got some lunch. I got some hamburger meat and got some sloppy Joe mix. So we're gonna have sloppy Joes tonight. Wish I would have got a bag of chips or something to go with it, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers, right? So let's fire up the crowd and see if we could get $40 more. Please. Oh. Plug and go, huh? BCM plug and go. $200 I do not have. So, like I said, once the sun sets down, go out there and pull the cover on that BCM and pray to God, pray to God, pray to God, pray to all that's good that it's just a fuse. Because I'll tell you folks right now, if it is just a fuse and we do get the car started tonight, I will go live and tell you guys. Because we looked everywhere inside the engine. Now's the time to look on the inside the car. And there's only one fuse box, and it's a small one, small BCM. Oh shit. The good thing is, if it is a fuse or a relay, I don't have to worry about buying new ones. The the fuse box that I bought, it came fully loaded, fuses and relays. Plus, I got all the relays and fuses from the old one. So, definitely got that covered. Don't have to worry about that. That's probably about the really only good news. We got plenty of fuses and plenty of relays. Even got extra relays that I don't need, like heated seats and stuff like that. Man, $40 more. Can anybody help out there? I know one thing I'm going to get with that $50. I got to get a gallon of gas. We haven't. We ran out of gas for the lawnmower, and we need to cut our grass because our grass is about 8 inches tall. I'm going to see if I can find my shrub cutter, hedge cutter, because we got trees trying to grow up against the house and the fence line and shit like that. They got to get cut down. Oh God. Please let it be just a fuse. Please, 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 please. Anybody talking out there? Is my chat still working? Yeah, everybody's quiet. Too quiet. Oh, you know what I'm doing? I'm just sitting here. Uh-oh. Dogs are not dumb. They're pretty smart. $40 more. That's what I'm looking for today. $40 more, please. Give me a gallon of gas so we can actually do the lawn. Pick up some chips. Pick up some more meat. I think we still got biscotti. Maybe pick up some lunch meat, more lunch meat. Man, this really shouldn't be that hard. Today is Friday, right? God, I wish Jerry was still out there. Of all times we need him now. Or somebody like Jerry. Biggest thing though, I just pray he's okay. Yeah, any help that anybody can help with, if you can do it and you're willing. We're looking for $40 more right now. And like I said, later on, when it cools off, I want to go out, check the BCM, check the fuses, and try to get videos so you guys can see what I'm talking about, of what's happening and what's not happening. But I think I'm going to need a nap because I got to go make dinner tonight. Really wish I had enough to go get some chips with it. But like I said, beggars can't be choosers, right? Alright guys, I'm getting wiped out here. I'm going to get going and see you guys in a couple hours. Unless this family gets blessed with $40 more, and or I get the car started. Until then, I want you all to stay safe, stay blessed, and definitely keep between the lines. I love you all and thank you all for all your help.